When you hear the word ANZU, I'm sure most of you will reference the final battle of the Great Indian, the last surviving one. The one which sprouted one of the world trees and watched over us. That ANZU which attacked the Indian was known as Israelite. An interesting thing to know, however, is that the ANZU is not just a name for a specific being or species or type of animal. Some believe that this is the general word for all things that came after the creation. Some people even believe that humans are ANZUs. So what could have sparked this kind of thoughts? Well, that is what we're going to be looking at today on this lore of Anthem. But before we begin, know that all this is from the in-game library and journals, so you can go in there and have a full reading for yourself after this video. And the codices within also brings us these answers. And with that said, let's dive in. Some of the earlier known records of the ANZUs were seen in paintings. A record told us that the ANZUs worshipped the Shapers and interacted with them. Within this entry, we also learned that while most humans thought the Shapers had disappeared, they could be living in another plane, another dimension, just to study the effects and the aftermath of their unfinished world. But if we decant the possibility of humans being ANZU, then these paintings will show us that ANZUs are still an intelligent life form. So intelligent that some scars even worshipped a few of them. Well, some could also argue that the scars are worshipping the ANZUs because the ANZUs are the closest to the Shapers, and the scars came to this world because they followed the Shapers. But anyways, we're going to move away from that and go back to the ANZU that we're really talking about. The existence or being of an ANZU have become more mythical as the world of Bastion itself. While most arcanists believe these beings to be the very creation of the Shapers, there is also evidence that the ANZUs predated humans, Orgots, and Shaper existence in this world. There are structures from the Sunken Garden, the Vault of Monuments Watch, the Golden Monolith of Merlands. All these constructs possess architecture that predates the existence of the Shapers, who most believe to be the architects of this modern age. So this means the ANZUs already lived in Bastion before anyone else existed. Some even also believe that the Shapers created humans and we just don't know it. Some say that the original ANZUs are gone and only few are left. And this is something that also brings on a different translation of the ANZU painting. I, for once, am starting to believe that the Shaper's purpose on this world was to bring back an almost extinct race or create food for the ANZU. Perhaps the Shapers were recreating this world for the ANZUs to survive and emerge. The paintings did show their relationships with each other, and their level of intelligence is also high enough to build an empire, which also shows that the high form of ANZUs are not meaningless drones. They have high levels of intellect. Another interesting thing that I discovered was a line saying that there is an ANZU guiding the Dominion's hands. Considering what we already know about the relationship between higher ANZUs and the Shapers, the stories of an ANZU guiding the Dominion will be believable. It would explain the Dominion's technology and the good understanding of the Shaper tech. It would explain how the Storm Javelin is able to fly without thrusters, or connect with the power of creation itself. One could argue that the leader of the Dominion, the Monitor, is the highly intelligent ANZU that the rumors speak of. Right now, we know that the Israelite is another form of the ANZU. The current books I possess shows that most of them have vanished, but as the books also said, the Shapers could be existing in a plane beyond our understanding, and that could be the same for the ANZU race or the entire ANZU species. This could explain the reason why there are more ANZUs around during a Shaper surge. Those are the times when you see a Titan spawn. Perhaps those are the times when the ANZUs come out to eat, much like the Israelite when it tried to eat the Great Indian. Let me know what you guys think about the Shapers and the ANZU's existence in another plane, as the entry said. And do you think the Shapers created all these things as food for the ANZUs? Do you think humans on Bastion were created by the Shapers? Thanks for watching, hope you enjoy this piece. It's DA signing out, I'll see you in the next one.